Hi everyone and welcome to my channel. My name is Katarina and today we'll go through a very grounding flow where we'll start by connecting to our center, our own center, our core, and kind of anchoring in, going through some grounding movement. We'll sweat a little bit as well, some dynamic portions of the practice as well, and end in Savasana. And we can actually start right here, so sitting cross-legged. You can close the eyes for a moment and start to ground down through the hips, lengthen through the spine. You can take one big circle with the shoulders and then drop them back and down, resting your hands on your knees or on your lap. And as you come here into the seat, as you come into your practice, see if you can bring your mind here as you start to root down through the hips, through all the parts of your body that are touching the mat right now. Finding that grounding, earthing feeling. We'll start to tap into the breath as well. Lengthening the inhale, deepening it. And then exhale. Take a few more deep breaths, really guiding the air towards the very bottom of the stomach. And as you exhale, allow yourself to ground a little bit deeper. With our final big inhale, allow yourself to grow taller. And then release the exhale. If you want to, you can open your eyes or still keep them closed. As we're going to pull the shoulders back and lift up through the heart center, through the chin. And as you exhale, start to draw in. Draw your chin towards the chest and around the spine. Inhale again, lift through the heart center, pull back through the shoulders, and exhale, draw in and round the spine. Once more, inhale, and exhale. Beautiful. Finding a neutral spine with the inhale, we're going to bring our right hand over to the left knee, the left hand behind you, and as you inhale, lengthen through the spine, and as you exhale, start to twist. Maybe gazing over that left shoulder as you lengthen the spine. Good. Take one more inhale. And then release back to center as you exhale, switching sides. So left hand on the right knee, right hand behind you, and twist. You can gaze over the right shoulder once again. Inhale as you lengthen, and exhale, maybe you move a little bit deeper. Take one final inhale, and then exhale, return to center. We'll ground our left hand on the mat, reach the right arm over, keeping the right sitting bone grounded on the mat. Lengthen through the right side of the body as you inhale. And then come back through center. Now the right hand grounds down, left arm over, lengthen. Inhale. And exhale, return back to center. Good. We're then going to bring our toes onto the mat, preparing for an Savasana. So you can either reach your arms forward or keep them behind you for a bit of extra support. And we're going to lift the feet off the mat if that's possible, keeping the shin bones parallel to the floor. Maybe reaching the arms forward, opening through the heart, pulling the shoulders back. See if you can take a few breaths here. See if you can stay with the feeling. See if you can start to connect to your center. Keep breathing. Deep inhales, deep exhales. Good. Maybe closing the eyes to drop a little bit deeper into the pose, ground into yourself, anchor with the breath. Good. Take one more inhale here. As we exhale, we're going to drop into a low boat, so extending through the legs. Good. Take an inhale, come back up. And as we exhale, see if you can come all the way over onto the feet and into a forward fold. You can bring your feet hip width distance apart. Bring a slight bend into the knees and allow yourself to release over the legs. Take a few breaths here. You can release the head if that feels comfortable. Good. As we next inhale, we're going to lengthen through the spine, look forward. Exhale, fold over. Good. Coming all the way up to standing, arms come overhead. Inhale. Exhale, hands to heart center. Good. You can release your arms by your sides for a moment. And we'll close the eyes here. Keeping your feet hip width distance apart. So see if you can really start to ground down through the feet. Allow your shoulders to melt down. Spine is long. We're going to just slightly shift our weight forward towards the balls of the feet and then back towards the heels. So keeping the entire foot grounded on the mat this entire time, but just sway back and forth. So you start to feel where your feet end and where they begin. Starting to kind of ground down and anchor in through the different corners of the feet. Then moving right, shifting the weight right, and then left. And then right again. See if you can maybe create a circle. So just keeping that connection of the feet to the mat as you move through all the different corners of the feet. Good. You can then return to center, firmly standing on both feet. We're going to inhale our arms all the way up. As you exhale, fold over the legs. Inhale, lengthen through the spine, look forward. Exhale, fold over. We'll come all the way up to standing again. Inhale. And then exhale, fold over the legs once again. Lengthen as you inhale. Exhale, fold over. Come back up to standing. Inhale the arms up. And exhale, fold over one more time. Lengthen through the spine as you inhale. Now planting your hands onto the mat, we'll step into a plank pose. Finding the core engagement again. Start to root down through your hands. Maybe swaying from side to side here as well for a moment to connect with all four corners over the hands. Keep the core engagement. Take an inhale here. As you exhale, you can bring your knees down onto the mat or keep them lifted. We're going to lower down, upward facing dog or cobra. Open up through the chest, and then as you exhale, we'll all meet in a downward facing dog. Good. As you come into your first down dog of this practice, you can find a bit of movement here, maybe bend one knee at a time. See if you can start to really lengthen through the spine and reach your sitting bones towards the ceiling. Deep breaths. Beautiful. Take one more inhale. And then exhale it out. With our next inhale, come onto the tiptoes. We'll bend the knees as we exhale, and then you can either take a big step or maybe even a hop all the way to the top of the mat. We lengthen as we inhale. Exhale, fold over the legs. Then come all the way up to standing, arms come overhead. And exhale, hands to heart center. Well done. Grounding down through the feet again. You can release your arms by your sides for just a moment. We're going to ground the left foot down and hug the right knee in towards the chest. So you can really physically hug the knee close to you. Take a breath here. Really grounding down through that left foot. Then we're going to let go of the knee. See if you can keep it where it is and reach the arms up. Connecting to your center again. Inhale, reach higher, hug the knee closer. As you exhale, we're going to step the right foot back behind us, coming into a lunge. Well done. If you need to adjust your feet at this point, feel free. See if you can really start to ground down through the feet, the legs, the hips, and start to lift up through the upper body, the arms, all the way to the fingertips. And breathe. Take one more inhale here. As you exhale, bring your right hand onto the mat, reach the left arm up. Good. See if you can gaze towards the left fingertips. And feeling all the parts of your body that are touching the mat, feeling them grounding down. The four corners of the left foot, the four corners of the right hand, and the ball of the right foot. Take one more inhale. As you exhale, we're going to step the right knee behind the left ankle and sit down. Bringing your left hand behind you, reach the right arm up. And then exhale. Bring it over the left knee. We come for a twist. Good. Take 2 deep breaths here. Exhale out. Second inhale as you lengthen. And then exhale, we'll come out of the twist, unravel the legs and straighten them on the mat. We'll inhale, reaching up through the arms. And as you exhale, fold over the legs. Now see if you can place your hands onto the mat with the palms down. We'll ground down here for a moment. And wherever you are, even if you're a little bit higher up, see if you can bring your hands to meet the mat. And we'll take a few breaths here. Feeling the sitting bones root down, the legs too. And not forcing this pose, just allow your body to melt into it as far as feels good. Often it takes a bit of movement for us to find stillness within us. And sometimes it's lovely to just stop at the middle of the asana practice and take a moment of stillness in a pose. Okay. Take one more inhale. Then we're going to roll the spine back up to a seat. Bring your ankles in and come over them, stepping into a downward facing dog. Well done. Take a full breath here in and exhale out. We'll come onto the tiptoes, inhaling. Exhale, bend the knees and then find your way to the top of the mat. Inhale, lengthen through the spine, look forward. Exhale, fold over. Coming up to standing, inhale. And exhale, hands to heart center. Good. We'll start to ground down through the right foot and hug the left knee in towards the chest. Really hugging it in close. Inhale. And exhale, and then releasing the hands. See if you can reach the arms up and still keep the knee where it is. Connect back to the core. Take an inhale. And then as you exhale, float back into that lunge position. Good. Settling into this pose, dropping a little bit deeper as you take your exhale. Well done. Keep breathing. We're going to take one more inhale here. And then as you exhale, drop the left hand down onto the mat. Keep the right arm reaching up. Good. We'll drop down through the hips. Keep the back leg long. Arms long too. Take an inhale. And as you exhale, you can bring the right hand down and we'll step the left knee in right behind the right ankle. So we're crossing the right ankle or the right leg over the left one. Right hand behind you, inhale, reach up. And exhale, cross over the right knee. We twist here, maybe gazing over the right shoulder. And breathe. Take your final inhale here. And exhale. Return back to center. Now bringing both hands onto the mat and we step straight into a downward facing dog. Well done. Take an inhale. And exhale. We're going to inhale coming onto the tiptoes. Exhale, bend the knees, and then see if you can hop so that you end up on your sitting bones and into an Savasana again. So lifting through the feet, or if you want to find a bit more support, you can also keep the toes or the fingertips or both on the mat. Connecting back to your center. Keep breathing. Keeping the spine long too. Hugging the thighs close to the stomach. Reach the arms forward. Take an inhale here. As you exhale, drop into a low boat. Take one more inhale. And then as you exhale, release all the way onto the mat. Allow your body to become heavy on the mat. Take one full breath here. We'll then hug the knees in towards the chest. You can gently sway from side to side. Good. You can release the grip of the knees, open your arms into a T shape and bring your knees approximately to a 90-degree angle. And from here, we'll drop the legs over to the left side. You can turn your gaze over to the right. If you want to adjust the legs, maybe going deeper by bringing the right knee closer to the mat or the floor, feel free to do that. And start to find a bit of softness here. We'll try to melt the right shoulder and the right knee close to the mat so you get that juicy twist for the spine. Beautiful. Take one more inhale. And then exhale, come back to center. And then we'll drop the legs over to the right. If you want to adjust by bringing the left knee closer to the mat, you can. Maybe gazing over towards the left. And breathe. Maybe noticing your heartbeat slightly slowing down as your pulse calms down as well after that movement. Your breaths are longer too. Inhale here. And then return to center. You can then release your legs all the way onto the mat. Release your arms by your sides too, as we find Savasana. See if you can find that full body relaxation, becoming very aware of all the parts of your body that are grounding down towards the mat. Maybe Bringing your awareness to all of those points one at a time, all the way from the heels to the back of the head. Feeling the grounding, feeling the heaviness of your body on the mat. And at the same time, feeling the lightness, that feeling of lightness that we get in our bodies when we move them, that feeling of bliss. You can close the eyes, soften all of the muscles, and take a moment here in Savasana. Then taking a few deeper breaths. Again towards the bottom of the belly. And you can start to find some small movement as you start to come out of Savasana. Maybe extending the arms all the way overhead for a full body stretch. And then hugging the knees in towards the chest. You can gently sway from side to side. And then finally dropping onto one side. And then when you're ready, you can gently push yourself back up into a seat. That same position that we started in. See if you can still keep your eyes closed for a moment as you ground back into that seat. Long spine, hips rooting down, shoulders melting down as well. We're going to bring our hands to heart center, expressing gratitude for ourselves, for our practice. Then taking one final inhale in through the nose. Holding on to the breath at the very top. Hold on. And then open the mouth and sigh it all out. You can then gently open the eyes when you're ready. Thank you. Thank you so much for joining me for that practice. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you feel grounded, anchored into your body. I post new flows every week, so if you enjoy the practice and want to join me for more practices, please subscribe to my channel, leave a like for the video, and also let me know what you thought of the flow. I hope I see you here next week as well. Have a really lovely day. Thank you.